What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sega Man. Yes, back with another video. I am excited to make this video, guys. And the big reason why I'm making this video out there to the true die-hard racing fans is because of Forza Horizon 5. It is all over the place, and I want to pay tribute to what Forza has done. The Forza franchise, Forza Motorsport 7, Forza Horizon. I told you once before, guys, and I'll say it again because it is the truth. Forza is the king of racing games. There is no other racing game that can compete or hold a candle to Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport. There just isn't one out there that can even touch it right now. And right now, Forza Horizon 5, I actually am playing that right now. Now, I'm going to get the physical copy of it, but I have Game Pass. But let me tell you real quick how I did this. If you buy the premium pack, right, you can play it right now. So what I did is I cashed in my Microsoft points that I do by, going and searching for stuff and doing like Game Pass, and doing Game Pass things on there. You know what I mean? Like completing like Game Pass tasks and different things like that. Make your points add up. So I used those points and I used a little bit of money. Now, the premium pass was 40 something dollars. Your boy Sega Man only paid $18 because I used my Microsoft reward points. That's what's up. And then I got to play, and which I'm playing now, a fantastic game. Forza Horizon 5. Man, I have not seen, they have outdone themselves again, times 10. This game is phenomenal. I can't put it down. It is the talk of the town right now. It's Forza Horizon 5, and it keeps blowing up, bro. We're eating good over here, brother. Straight up. If you're a racing enthusiast and you love racing games and the genre of racing games, you need to do yourself a favor. Get that Game Pass, man, and play Forza Horizon 5. It will be out tomorrow. I'm also going to have it physically because I'm a collector. All right? I have game credit where I don't even have to use money to buy the game. I have game credit that I added up at my local exchange. So it's no money out of my pocket. And I still have the game to collect. Got to use your brain, when it comes to gaming. Like I said, I'm a buccaneer. You have to find ways to use your brain. You know what I mean? So, what we're going to go through today, that's my phone, telling me giving me my notification. So you might hear that now and then. But we're going to go through some old classic racing games that a lot of you and most of you probably won't remember because you might not have been born yet. But people like Outer Zinc, who loves racing games, great show the other night with him and 100. Great show, with 100 and Flip the Script, Flip Money, and all those dudes on there. You know what I'm saying? Great show. You know what I mean? So and it made me want to do this video, guys. It really did. That and just celebrating Forza Horizon 5. So I'm going to show you, because I don't want the video to be too long. I have so many racing games on Xbox, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, 3DO, all those systems I own. It would probably take probably like a 2-hour video, to be honest with you, man. So let's go through the games that I picked out of my collection that bring back good memories, and some of these games you guys probably never even heard of or played. So we're going to go way back in the past, and the first one, I don't have that one on top. But the first one that we're going to start with is actually a classic game that was made by, believe it or not, you guys might know the company called JVC. They made a racing game for the Sega CD called Jaguar X. I think it's XO 220. I guess that was the car back then. You know what I mean? It is a great racing game that I have played on the Sega CD. It's in mint condition, but some people forget about racing games like these. These are great racing games that were on the old Sega CD. Now, this game will probably cost you today in the case, complete like this, probably well over $80. 50, maybe the lowest might be 50. I'm not sure, but it's gonna cost you if you want to find it in box complete by Sega and JVC back in the day. But it is a great game. It has a great artwork and cover of the car on the front of it. But I found this game a long time ago for $10 at I think half price books. I can't remember. But yes, it's dated because it's back in the day, guys. A lot of you weren't born in, but it was a good racing game. From what you can see in the description of it, it kind of shows you some of the graphics and the way the game looked on the Sega CD. But this was a great game, a great racing game to play on your Sega CD. And what was good about that is they started to make these in cardboard boxes, and they would come in a shell like this. This is how they came. That's how they came, and it also is complete with its book. But you have to take care of these kind of games, man, because the cardboard ones, believe it or not, they're turning out to be the hardest to take care of because cardboard is going to get damaged, honestly, more than plastic. It can get wet. It can get, if you have a damp place, it can get moldy, different things like that. You know what I mean? But I keep mine in good condition and in a good area in my game room. So that's a great game, guys, to get if you have a Sega CD. Now, the next one we're going to check out right here. Let me leave all this stuff. I got all this stuff up here, man. Which was a great game on the Sega Saturn, guys. A great racing game. It's on the Sega Dreamcast also. It's also on Xbox 360. And it is Sega Rally Championship. Another great game in pristine condition. Foil edition. The shiny little foil part of the, the cover. But this is a great game. I really want them to come back with a new Sega Rally for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox consoles. That would be nice. And this is also celebrating, the little partnership with Microsoft and Sega. Because who knows? We might end up getting Dreamcast games. You never know. And possibly some Sega Saturn games. There's already a game in there right now that was on the Dreamcast that me and he bought half. You know what I mean? And it's called Xeno X or Xeno something. It's a shooter I never heard of. A mech shooter. And that was a Dreamcast games. And you can get that right now on your Xbox Series X in the store. So that might be actually telling you just maybe they're going to implement more of those games on the Xbox ecosystem. But back to Sega Rally. This was a great game for the Sega Saturn, guys. It was a great game. Very fun off-road game. It's one to pick up. Now, you could probably find this cheap if you just find the disc in like a CD shell. But like I said, to collect these, in mint condition, in the case like this, you're going to pay a lot more. Probably like $60, $70. If you're lucky, $50. It depends, If it's all broken on the sides like this, where you open it up, that's different. Somebody might give you a few dollars off, but these are harder to collect for. But it's another great game to own for your Sega Saturn system, and a great racing game that came out on there. Sega Rally is near and dear to my heart. It's a good racing game. Now, the next one we have is on the Sega Dreamcast. This game was in my opinion, was very overlooked because this racing game, in my opinion, was better than the Gran Turismo game that was on PlayStation 2. I played them. I had them. Okay, so before anybody says anything, I've had Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 3 on the PlayStation 2 and on the PlayStation 1. I just couldn't get into Gran Turismo. Hats off to people that like it. I've tried, but in my opinion, this game was better than the Gran Turismo games. And that is Sega GT for your Sega Dreamcast. Another great racing game that came out for your Dreamcast, guys. Very awesome game. Now, I have Sega Rally also on Dreamcast, but I didn't want to bring it up. Like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, okay? But this is another great game I thought got looked over. I also have Sega GT on the Xbox, OG. But this is a great racing game, guys, that came out on the Sega Dreamcast. It's in very good condition. Almost looks like new, huh? Very nice inside. You know what I mean? But it is a great racing game for the time with Sega GT, guys. So if you own a Dreamcast, man, try and find it and pick it up for a very good price. You know what I mean? It is a great racing game, guys, to own, for your Sega Dreamcast. Now, Sega Dreamcast had a lot of, Sega Dreamcast had a lot of good racing games. So what I wanted to do was show you a couple more of my favorites. Now, the next one we got here, I don't know if they took this off the shelf. There was some controversy about this game. I think it was the card licensings that were used in this game. And at one time, I seen it for over $100. Now, the game might have went down in price now. I haven't checked the price out of this Dreamcast racing game, but it was a great graphical masterpiece, to be honest with you, for the Dreamcast. I think it showed off the power of the Dreamcast, and that is Test Drive Le Mans. Another great game that came out. My lighting's bad, guys, in here, so I don't want to get no blur. Test Drive Le Mans was a great racing game for the Sega Dreamcast. I played this for hours, guys. Beautiful graphics on the old school TVs. Now, I don't know what it would look like today on your 4K, but back in the day, it was a great graphical masterpiece. Still is, in my opinion. Now, this game might be a little up there in price, but it's a great game to own if you're a racing collector and enthusiast of racing games like me. A very awesome game, guys, in pristine condition. You know, I always keep everything in very, very good condition, guys. And it looks like new because I like to keep my collection looking as good as I can. But that's another great game that you can buy for your Sega Dreamcast. Now we got one more from the Sega Dreamcast, okay? A lot of people remember this, some people don't. But it was a pretty decent game for the Sega Dreamcast made by Bizarre Creations, right? You might be thinking another racing game, but you're not going to probably think this game, right? But this was also a very forgot about racing game that was really good back in the day, and it is called Metropolitan Street Racer, made by Bizarre Creations. Another great game, guys, that came out, racing game that came out for the Sega Dreamcast. If you love racing games, it's a must-own if you want to add to your racing game collection for your Sega Dreamcast. It looks pretty good graphically. It's a really awesome racing game, guys, and I enjoyed it back in the day. Now I played Test Drive Le Mans more, but I also enjoyed this game. It's good to collect for your Sega Dreamcast, and some of these games are astronomical prices today, guys. You won't believe it. In 2021, some of these old Dreamcast games, they're like ridiculously priced now. 90, 80, 120. Some games are 250, some 300. You know, the originals. But this is a great game to own if you like racing games, is Metropolitan Street Racers, guys. So try to check that out and find it for your Sega Dreamcast. All right, guys. We're going to go through these a little quicker. Capcom made a racing game, okay? Very good, very decent racing game for the time on the OG Xbox, and that's called Group's Challenge. Capcom made a racer called Group Challenge. Now, this game was not bad. It wasn't the greatest in the world, okay? But Capcom dipped their hands in and they made a racing game. So this is not a bad racing game for the OG Xbox, and you could probably find this at a really good price. It is complete in its casing, but it's a good game to try out if you want, or if you're curious about Capcom's racing game. GM's on here, Honda, all these different car manufacturers are produced in the game. So if you guys get a chance, you could probably pick it up for around, I don't know, maybe $10. Depends on where you go. Okay, but that's another good one to try to get into if you want to collect for the OG Xbox. It's a little bit cheaper to collect for OG Xbox than, let's say, the Sega Dreamcast and Saturn right now. Let's just be realistic. Okay. Now this one is called V-Rally 3. This was made by Atari. Now you can probably find this game fairly cheap. Maybe $5. In the case, maybe $10. I'm not sure. But V-Rally was also a great game for the Xbox. It's not in its original case. I got a green case that I want to put it in. I just didn't get a chance to. But V-Rally is a good off-road racing game for your OG Xbox, guys. I love off-road racing games. And it is complete with everything inside. But I love the off-road racing games, man, for the Xbox. They had great off-road racing games. So that's another one to own, guys. You probably can find this game on Lukey Games. Check out Lukey Games. You might be able to find it cheap. You know what I mean? It's a good one. Now, these couple racing games have went up in price. These are by Codemaster. These are Colin Mcrae Rally games. Now, a lot of these have went up in price. He died, unfortunately, years ago in a plane crash. But these are really great games to own for your OG Xbox. So I'm going to show you first Colin. I just said his name. Mcrae Rally. That's 04. Now I have them all. I didn't want to bring every one of them up, but I own them all. It's a really good off-road racing game. He did a great job. I would say he's the father of the off-road racing games. It's Colin Mcrae. He was really good with the racing games that he put on Xbox, man. I enjoyed them. I played hours of them. That is complete with the old Xbox Live logo, where you can play online, live. But that's another great game, guys, to get into. Now, these games have went up in price. Don't quote me. I'm going to say they're going to probably be around $20 and up. Probably in the case 25 and up. I'm not sure. Some of these are astronomical prices people put out for these. But it's a great off-road racing game. 04, Colin Mcrae, if I'm saying his name right. But it's a great racing game. And believe it or not, for the time, the Xbox, they did a really good job with the graphics in the game, which is really awesome. This one is more expensive and harder to come by. This is Colin Mcrae Rally 2005. This is another one. All right. Excellent condition. Another great off-road racing game that he brought out. This is complete. Finding these games like this, even racing games, they make it more expensive. If it doesn't have the book, it'll drop in price. If it has the book, they make it more expensive because it is complete. But this is another good off-road racing game, guys. It has him on the back, shows his picture on the back. All right, shows a little bit of the game, some of the boards on there. This is a great racing game, and graphically for the OG Xbox, they did a damn good job on it. To be honest with you, they did a great job on it. Very sought after games. Probably more higher in price when you want to purchase it. Like I said, always try your Lukey games. You know what I mean? So now we're getting to the great ones here. Well, those are great too. But we're going to get into some really good ones here that our brother brought up in the podcast yesterday saying he missed these games, which is Outer Zinc. This is where it all started, and I'm going to show you where it ends. On the Xbox, only on Xbox. They should try to bring this game back. Made by Bizarre Creations. Microsoft Studios, and yes, some of you know what it is. It is the original and first Project Gotham Racing. Very awesome game. This is Platinum Hits, but it is the original Project Gotham Racing game, and it is very good. I've had this for years. I was blown away when I first played this on the OG Xbox back in the day, guys. I had spent hours. It made me late to work one time. I spent hours playing this game. A great racing game that needs to come back. You know what I mean? It needs to come back, guys. By Bizarre Creations. This is complete in its box. Okay. Now, if I go out and I find the original one in the original case, I'll get it. But I still own it. It's Platinum Hits, but it's still the original game. You know what I mean? But this is where it started. This is a fantastic, awesome game. You know what I mean? The best back in the day was Project Gotham Racing. Was the best racing game, in my opinion. Very awesome game, guys. I believe it will come back. I believe it definitely will come back. That would be so awesome for people that love Xbox racing games. That would blow us away to see a new version of Project Gotham Racing, guys. That would be awesome. So, the next one we're going to get into here is the predecessor, and they upped the ante and they made the game a lot better, which is Project Gotham Racing 2, the original, in its original case. Very nice artwork, guys. They did a great job on the artwork. Very nice backgrounds back there with this beautiful car on the front. Is Project Gotham Racing 2. Yes, it is complete in case and still has the original Xbox Live card in it. Check that out. This is what they used to look back in the day. The code's not even scratched off on it. You get 2-month free trial. All right, check that out. That's where it all started. And they're a behemoth right now. Complete in its case that came with the game. Very awesome racing game. Very beautiful, beautiful racing game. They did a great job with this. Bizarre Creations and Microsoft, they did a great job with this. You can see some of the graphics on the back. Man. And that's OG Xbox. And it looks good. They are the king of racing games, bro. In my opinion. Great game to own. But along came a spider. This is where it begins, guys. And this is where it's going to end. Only on Xbox. The original and one of the best racing genre of all time started on Xbox. The original Forza Motorsport in its original case, only on Xbox. Now, I believe you can find these at a good price. I think so also in case. This is where Forza was born. Right? Very awesome game, guys. I played hours and hours of this game. Very beautiful game it showed off the power actually of the OG Xbox. Very awesome racing game, guys, to own if you love Forza. Start from the beginning. Very awesome games. Do yourself a favor and pick this up and add it to your Xbox collection. Very awesome game. I believe, if I'm right, it's back compatible on the 360, I think. If I remember. If not, you need to get an OG Xbox. You can find one out there for a good price. Make sure it works. Awesome, awesome racing game. If you love and collecting racing games like I do and enjoy racing games, this needs to be in your arsenal. It's an awesome, awesome collectible for racing game enthusiasts is Forza Motorsport 1. So, let's fast forward. Now, I didn't bring them all up. I have Forza 2 also. I didn't bring it up. Let's fast forward to the 360 era. Okay? They outdone themselves with this. I wish they would have put this back in pat for the Xbox One. They did a fantastic job graphically with this, and it even used the Kinect. At the time, it was the best racing game. when the darling of the Xbox 360 was out and destroying and blowing everything out of the water, was Forza Motorsport 4. Another great game that came out for the Xbox 360. The graphics were breathtaking. There was a lot to do in this. You can use the Kinect. They did an awesome job with this. I played hours upon hours of this game also. Very, very, very awesome game. You're doing yourself a discredit if you don't own the Forza Racing games, guys. Complete. I have them all. I just can't bring them all. This video would be so long. But this is an awesome racing game to own for your 360. I actually still play my 360, believe it or not. I still play it. Because there's a lot of games that are not back and pat yet. So if I want to play and relive those memories, and some of them I haven't even started yet, to be honest with you, some I've never played. There's some of them I just picked up that are not playable yet on the Xbox Series X and S or the Xbox One family. But this is a great racing game, guys. Do yourself a favor, go to Lukey Games or your local mom and pop store or your exchange. You could probably find it for about around $10, maybe even $5. It depends. $8. Very awesome game by Microsoft Studios in Turn 10. Check out Forza Motorsport 4. I have them all. I have them all. I've beaten 3. I beat this one. I'm playing stuff on it. More stuff on it. Went back to playing it a while ago. Now, 2 more. All right. This is, you've seen the beginning, right? This is where it ends. This is where it ends. Forza Motorsport 7 is the king of simulation racing games. There is not another racing game out there that looks as beautiful and plays better than Forza Motorsport 7, baby. There isn't. A beautiful, beautiful game. 4K, 60 frames per second. This is the helm of racing games. It's Forza Motorsport. It is. Not trying to be mean, not trying to be an ass, but it is. I'm sorry. Gran Turismo cannot compete with Forza. They can't. When the PlayStation 1 was out, they were king. Everybody liked Gran Turismo. After that, the king was always Microsoft's racing games, in my opinion. From Project Gotham to Forza. They were. And still are, in my opinion. This is where it ends, guys. With this one, the best arcade racing game experience ever is Forza Horizon 5 and 4. This is 4 now. Your boy Sega Man will have 5 tomorrow, physically. They're the king of racing games. There's no other genre out there that can beat them at all. They are the kings. So celebrate, guys. We're eating good over here with Forza Horizon 5. It's blowing shit off the chart. There's a lot of people playing it right now as I speak. I played it this morning. I played it last night. I love the game. Hats off to Turn 10 Studios, Microsoft Studios, for Forza Horizon 5, baby. We're eating good over here, brothers. Be happy. And we got Halo Infinite coming. Man, are we eating so good over here, man. Man. Game Pass is killing it right now with Forza Horizon 5, and it's going to be killing it with Halo Infinite. Those subscriptions are going to go through the roof, I'm telling you. They probably already went up because of Forza Horizon 5, man. We can't be beaten. We can't be beaten, guys. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little video gone down memory lane of racing games I've played in the past and enjoyed very much in my gaming life. These are great games to own, guys, for these systems. Try to go out and find them and enjoy them if you want to collect racing games for all kind of systems, guys. All right, peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die, we multiply. Peace.